Michael, offensive rebounding or three-point defense? What was more troublesome to you, or something else?
Both. I mean, it's the offensive rebounding has been by far our Achilles heel since the All-Star break. I think we're 29th in second chance points allowed. And against that team, they don't miss very often. So when they do miss, you have to secure the rebound to give yourself a chance on the other end. Then obviously the three-point shooting, as you mentioned, they make 16. We go 10 of 40. I thought had a ton of great looks that just didn't go down for us. But I thought the defense was much better in the second half. I think they shot 42 in the second half. Fourth quarter, I thought it was outstanding. They shot 38%, only 21 points in that quarter. But yeah, I mean, to your point, you get out rebounded by 13, so they dominate the glass. They outscore us by 18 from the three-point line. But then little things like transition opportunity. We were 1 for 8 in transition opportunities tonight. We got to convert. We got to score. We got to generate free throws. We got to do something. You can't leave 7 possessions in transition unaccounted for. We were 5 of 10 on offensive rebounds. You know what I mean? So there were points to be had that could have helped us while we were struggling to make shots. But I know I'm not answering the question, but I think both of those, Matt, the rebounding and obviously the inability to guard the three.
This was sort of second game in a row against the Suns where they really try to pack the paint against you guys and force you guys to shoot a lot of threes. Are there any major takeaways from that strategy from them? Is that something that you'll expect to see later?
Yeah, make shots. And it's not like it's something we haven't seen before. I mean, they double Nicole in the post. And then when they double Nicole in the post, you got to make them pay for putting 2 on the ball. And if you don't make them pay, like we didn't do tonight, you stop putting him in the post. You try to get him in the middle of the floor where it's much harder to double team him at the nail in the middle. But yeah, I think once again, if we look at the stats tomorrow, the number of quality threes that we generated that we just didn't knock down. I know sometimes it's an oversimplification, but make or miss league, and tonight they made, and we missed a whole lot. And you just come up short against a very talented team.
Jamal, obviously not necessarily having him to put pressure in the middle of the defense. Just what do you see from the point guards tonight, Reggie and Colin, just filling in for them?
Yeah, I thought they were. I mean, we struggled. I mean, obviously, Reggie was 5 of 14, 1 of 7 from 3. Got some really good looks. And I thought Colin in the first half was solid, and second half, I think he definitely could have played better. But this win or loss is not on Reggie Jackson and Colin Gillespie. This is on me and the entirety of the team. Give the Phoenix Suns credit for coming in here and beating us again and taking the head-to-head series 2-1. But we had our chances as a collective group, and we just didn't get the job done.
Is that Payton at the 5 lineup something that you wanted to check out, and
No.
felt like a good time to go to it, or no?
No, it wasn't something I wanted to go to, but with no Nurkic, we knew their second unit would be really small. And, I'm just, with Aaron and his injuries and everything he's dealing with, I just don't want to, for like the last 10 games, say we can go to Aaron as a backup 5 and run Aaron into the ground. So, we went through it this morning, Harrison, just, hey, listen, if they're small, we may go really small. And, use Payton at the 5. Obviously, you love his versatility, the athleticism. And I actually thought, I think it was a 10-2 start for them in that second quarter. But it didn't feel like a 10-2 run. I don't know if that makes sense. I thought they were playing well. Couldn't make a shot. Got some really good looks. Gave up a couple of offensive rebounds that, allowed them to score. But I thought that group, gave us some solid minutes, and obviously just had a hard time scoring the basketball. So we, second half, we went back to Aaron as our backup 5. But you got to love Payton's versatility. I think he can play 3, 4, and 5 for us.
What were the things that led to fewer cuts and attacks at the rim? Is it Jamal missing, or something the way that the Suns were defending? What was kind of the...
Well, I think anytime you're, taking the ball out of the net, I felt like, they shot at a high clip. When they did miss, obviously, they got the offensive rebound at really important times of the game. So we've been a very good running team since the All-Star break because our defense has been great. And tonight, if you don't defend and you don't rebound, those opportunities to get out and run and attack and cut are not there. But when they are there, to your point, I just felt there were times we were getting the ball to Nicole and everybody was just standing and watching. And that's where, like now you're making yourself very easy to guard. So I think we have to give ourselves up more, create the defense to, collapse on you. Maybe that creates an open shot for your teammate. But, so we could definitely have done a better job, and I think our defense would have helped it.
Suns were characterized as a desperate team, kind of coming in off a bad loss, dealing with that seeding issue. Did you feel like you matched their intensity, or was it just like you said, just simply not making shots tonight?
Oh yeah, I thought our guys played hard. I not once did I think these guys are playing harder than us. Right now, for most teams, every game is an important game. We're trying to keep the number 1 seed. So you don't have to come off of a bad loss to San Antonio for beat a desperate game. So I think our guys definitely played hard, but could we have played better? Of course. And could we have made more shots? That definitely would have helped the outcome. But again, we'll watch the film. We'll learn from it. It's not going to get any easier. We got a hell of a team coming in here Friday night. And we have to be ready to learn from tonight and get ready for that game against the T-Wolves.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, everybody.